Alright, so today we're going to be working on the Datsun. I'm going to show you guys how to change out a half shaft and probably also the U-joints inside of it. Earlier, I replaced one because I thought it was good and I didn't check the other side really. And they felt alright, and then as soon as I drove them around in the car, they'd loosened up, and so now they're all wobbly. And I have to take it out and do it all over again, and it's going to blow. But you guys get to see it, it'll be kind of cool. It's kind of a newer car to you guys. I haven't really showed you. There's a pretty good story behind it. I'll tell it someday. You know, comment, like, whatever, if you want to see it. Alright, so obviously we're going to start off by jacking up the car. For this, the only tools you're going to need are going to be like jack, your stands. You're going to need two 14mm wrenches. And if you don't have two, you can go to standard and use a 9/16. It's close enough if they're not too tight. If you can feel they're pretty tight, you probably ought to go out and get another 14. Just bum one off of a friend. Before you jack the car up though, because it's rear wheel drive, you know, putting in gear is not going to matter if it rolls forward. So you're going to have to put chocks in front of the front wheels so it doesn't roll out. You know, not fun getting crushed. Also, you're going to need to apply the e-brake on and off a lot. If it doesn't work, putting in gear also doesn't work. So what you're going to have to do is find a way to get your wheel to stay hold in one place on the other side. What I had done was I took the jack handle and ran it through the rim until it caught up on the other side. And if you have nice rims, don't do that by any means. You can probably find a big friend around your shop or whatever you're doing to hold it tight. And you most likely already have an e-brake. But this thing's just a giant hunk of shit. So like I was saying before, 14mm. Normally it's easier to do the inside one, the one that's closest to the wheel first, and then go to the inboard one, because the way the angle is set up, there's not a lot of room to get it, so you have to have that axle up to get to it. We're going to do that. Also, I had mine when I first took them off, they were stuck in there pretty tight. Like I hit them with a hammer, it didn't do anything. So I had taken a stubby screwdriver and a hammer, and because there's the hub side and then the axle, and they're bolted together. There's no spline like a regular drive shaft or a CV, and so they just kind of get stuck together over time. There's the inside one, right there. There's your inside. You have 4 bolts there, 4 bolts on this side. You know, and it should come out. And if you're lucky, they don't. But really, what the center section, like, it expands and contracts as the car moves. But you can see, as over there, it's got play in it, which is not good. And this side doesn't have any play, but the other side does. Alright, so once again, I had to split the axles, but easier. Before it was bolted in there, and to get to these, like, you don't have that much room. By keeping the axle up higher, you have more room, makes it easier. And then you'll just unbolt those 4 again, and we'll pull it out. Alright, so here's the half shaft I just pulled out. You see, like, this side it's good. I really didn't notice it because it's so minimal, but on that side there is just a little bit. You don't really notice this thing till it gets in the car, it seems like. So I'm gonna go down to Riley's and probably pick up a new U-joint. The number for that, if you're doing this, is 393, I believe, and it's for like all the 510s and should be same for the Z's, because the half shaft is pretty much the same thing. But we're gonna bang that U-joint out, and I'll show you in a little bit. You can literally do it with just a hammer and a couple of 2x4s in the socket. So don't worry about if you can't do it. It's no big deal. Alright, so on doing this, I'm going to hammer on this spot. And when you do that, you're just going to hammer in. You can stick a smaller socket than that surface in it. And you want this side to be just open, so it'll push that out. And we're going to repeat the same way on that. And I'll kind of let you guys watch. You'll probably see me like scream at it and throw shit. Actually, before you hammer anything out, you have to take out all these little C-clips. So watch me do that first. Alright, so with getting these clips out, kind of hard to see, but there's a pin right there. And this clip goes all the way around in this groove. And so to get it out, what you're going to have to do is take like a flathead screwdriver and strike it with the hammer, and then it will push it out. And you repeat that step for all 4 ways around. And then you can pull it out. Alright, so a little update for you guys. I've made a mess. I found out that with like bricks with holes in them, they work pretty well because it lets the U-joint just kind of slide all the way down and through. I think all the caps are the same size. And you have these needle bearings in there. Be careful, don't get them out of place. If you do, it's not too big. You just put your finger or screwdriver in there and get them all to lay back up. And so you're going to start by taking them all off. These are already pre-greased, but I suggest greasing them up before you install it in the car. And when putting things in like this, you really want to use a press, but if it comes to it, you can use a hammer and stuff. And when you do use a hammer, just be cautious that it's metal on metal, and it can warp it and distort it. And also, if you hit stuff hard enough, like these end caps, it's a hardened metal, so it's not gonna like mushroom out. It's gonna chip away, and that can get in your eye, and it really doesn't feel good. What I have going on, and kind of just to get it started, just baby taps. You don't want it to go in off center. They're both in now. Man, this is so much easier than putting it in or taking it out. So you get a piece of wood again. Yeah, this is just the one I had trouble with. But you want to get it pressed in there until you can see those grooves that I was talking about. When you get the grooves in there, you'll set the C-clips in, and that's when you know you've got it set correctly. And it's really a pain in the butt to do a lot of times. I had a piece cut out in this wood so I could have it pressed lower and higher. Alright, so you can tell in there there's a little bit of a lip. You're going to take the C-clip and have it go into that little thing. And most of the time you're going to have to like beat it in with a hammer. It's pretty hard. And then when you get it in, you're going to push this end back down so you can seat the other one in, and then just keep on repeating the process. So it is a little while later from shooting the video before that, but nothing has changed under here. Once you put both of your U-joints in, if you do both of them, it's the exact same order as pulling it out. So you're going to have these 4 come off, or go in first, and you're going to need to hold the rim on the other side somehow, whether that's e-brake or a friend, and then you're in and out, like you're going to need to rotate it and stuff. And then you'll go to these 4 on this side, and to check for it, you're going to be able to spin it and then stop it. And if you hear a really loud clunk, or fairly good clunk, sometimes you can see them for the most part, you'll know. You will normally hear a little bit of clunk from the regular drive shaft, just because of the transmission has just a little bit of play in it, and then your rear end backlash or preload, whatever it is. But if you see it from here, that's how you know they're bad. Thank you for watching the full video. If you've gotten this far, please like it and subscribe. I pretty much need to do everything on the car, so if you want to see how to do something, I can try my best to make a video at it. And thanks for watching.